Hi guys, it's me. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a closet cosplay out of things that you might already have in your closet. And the one that I'm going to be doing is one that I've done already, and it's a hipster slash scene slash emo Ariel, the Little Mermaid. And we're going to start off by, showing you this, which I have made this t-shirt, and I just got a plain white t-shirt, and then I used my printer and printed out a stencil for the shell part, and then I traced it on, and then I used fabric safe paint for the shell part, and then this is the base part of the cosplay, and you can do this in any color, but I feel like the purple is best for Ariel. But if you're going for more of a gothic look, you could also do a black t-shirt with the purple shells. And then I have this plaid button-up, which I think is really cute, and it matches the purple on the seashell part. So this is the top part, and then I have this trip skirt that I got on, I think it was Depop, and I think it works really well because if you have like a green skirt, like a green plaid skirt, it'll look really good with this because it gives off the scene and hipster vibes. And I also added a little axolotl keychain that I got at a convention because I thought it was cute. And then for the shoes, we have Converse, of course, which you can wear any shoes really, but I feel like Converse would be best for the scene look. And I've had these a while. I don't remember where I got them, but I've had them forever. And I feel like if you're going to do Converse, purple, white, black, or green would look best. And then for the accessories, I have this nice little gothic purse, and I added a Pokemon Melodic keychain because Melodic is one of my favorites. And I got this purse on Dolls Kill. And then for jewelry, I was going to add some necklaces, and you can add like any necklaces. If you have a pearl necklace or a hemp or a shell necklace, anything like that. This is actually a hemp necklace I made a really long time ago, and then these starfish are actually barrettes that I just clipped on. I'm just going to wear like this. But you could also wear starfish clips in your hair, or shells or pearls or anything of the sort. So we have those two necklaces, and then I have this nice matching choker. I really love chokers, and this choker is purple and has two bows and then the rainbow metal, and it's adjustable on the back with a ribbon, so it's really useful for just different neck sizes. And then I also picked up this belt to go with it, and if you have any sort of belt like this, it would work. I picked up a purple, black, and green one because I knew it would match, and I got this on eBay. It was a really neat find. I only saw one like it, and it was kind of old, but I fixed it up a little. Some of the studs, the backs of the studs were coming out a little, but you could use any belt, any studded belt, any scene belt that has similar colors, or even just silver or black. I think anything like that would work. And then of course we need some fishnet tights, and any fishnet tights would work, or any striped tights, like maybe striped purple and black tights to match this, or striped green and black would work, or even just plain black knee highs or thigh highs to go with this, or just fishnet. but these are the ones that I picked out. And then lastly, we have a little axolotl hat that I picked up from Hot Topic, and this definitely isn't necessary, but I think it's cute and I think it'll look good with the cosplay. If you don't want to do a hat, you can also do, like I said, any sort of shells or pearls in your hair, or you could do this cosplay bow that I picked up at Hot Topic. It is Ariel's cosplay bow, and it has the little fork. And then the most important part of the cosplay is these glasses that I used to wear. They are Ray-Bans, and I did used to wear them when I had glasses before I got LASIK. I took the lenses out so I can actually see through them. And you can just get a regular pair of glasses that looks like this if you want to go the hipster route. If you don't want to go the hipster route and just want to do something scene or emo, then you definitely don't need this part. But I'm trying to do something that's scene, emo, and hipster. So since I'm doing something that's hipstery, I also made this sign that says the ocean was too current because I thought it was funny. Bad joke. And then the last part is this little melodic plush that I was going to pose with and carry around because I thought it was cute. And you don't need a plush, you don't need a Pokemon plush or anything like that, but you can carry around anything if you're going to pose for pictures, or if you're going to a convention, you can grab a shell, or you can even take a fork with you. Since Ariel plays with a fork in the movie, you could do any sort of sea animal plushie. Anything like that would work. And if you're going to a winter convention, you could definitely add a heavier long sleeve if you need to, or you could add a jacket, like a black faux leather studded jacket or something like that if you need to be a little bit warmer, or knitted tights or sweater tights or something like that. But this is a really easy cosplay that you can do if you already have a lot of like scene and emo clothes. And the only things that I really made for this is the t-shirt, which honestly didn't take too long, and then also this sign. And I had everything in my closet already except for this shirt, which is my roommate's, and then I bought the skirt and I bought the belt, and everything else I had already. So I'm going to show you what it looks like put all together, and I'm going to use one of the wigs that I bought with it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like put all together. And this is what it looks like put all together. Very cute, very scene. I decided to go without the glasses and the sign that I had made, the ocean was too current sign, because after I did my makeup, I realized this was more of a scene emo look, and combining the hipster aspect with it just didn't make a lot of sense, even though that's what I used this cosplay for, this shirt and this skirt and the Converse for originally. But now I want to update it to make it more scene and emo, so I added the candy bracelets, which I actually made. And they were really fun to make. They're really easy. And then I did my makeup, and I can show you guys what I used for my makeup. For the eyeliner, I used Sugar Pill Liquid Eyeliner, which is by Amy Doan, and she's really amazing. She's a fashion designer and a makeup. She makes makeup. I've been following her for a while, and I would really recommend her products. I've also gotten lippies from her, like lip stains, and they are really amazing, so definitely check her out. Then I just used Wet n Wild for the wing, and it's the Breakup Proof Skinny Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And then for the primer, I used Glitter Primer by NYX, because I was originally going to use glitter on my eyelids too, but then I realized I didn't really have any purple glitter I really liked that matched this quite so well. So I just ended up using this primer, but this is the primer that I usually use every day anyway because I normally wear a lot of glitter. I definitely recommend this primer. For the eyebrows, I just bought the Soft ELF eyeliner pencil in Auburn. And it doesn't really look like it, but my eyebrows are auburn. It's kind of dark, but it is different than my usual eyebrow color. And then, I'm not sure where I got this palette, but it's called the Zodiac palette, and I got it online. It was like $10, and I barely use it, but I saw that it had this nice purple on the Gemini side, and so it matches my shirt pretty well. So I decided to use that for it, and I used a little bit of water just to make it a little bit more colorful and a little bit more pigmented, because some eyeshadows you have to add a little bit of water to make it a little more pigmented. That was my dog hacking. And then these are the lashes I used. I got them on Amazon. I think they're the manga anime eyelashes, or they're called something like that. I can put a link to them in the description, but I really love these eyelashes because they're really long and they're really thick, and they just grab a lot of attention, and they work well with very bold eye looks like this. So I really enjoyed using it for this eye look. And then the lip stuff that I used is Maybelline New York. It's the Super Stay Matte Ink, and the shade is 90 and Huntress. And I was also going to put on some fake piercings, but I didn't want you guys to think that I suddenly got piercings. And also, the lippy wasn't dry all the way yet, and I was really excited to film this video, so I didn't want to wait. The tights, I think I mentioned it before, but I got them off Temu. And you can get any sort of fishnet tights. Any sort of fishnet tights would be good for this look. And like I said too, any Converse that are in Ariel's color palette, like black, green, or purple, and maybe even white would be good too. That would all be good for her look if you're going for a scene or emo look. Any sort of plaid skirt, it doesn't have to be Trip brand. It can be thrifted like this one is. It can be at a thrift store. It doesn't have to be thrifted online. And then I borrowed this nice flannel from my roommate. She was so kind as to let me use this for this video. And then, like I said, I made this top. I just used the stencil for the seashell on the t-shirt, and then I painted it with fabric paint. And then for the necklaces, I actually ordered this custom made online, this choker. So I got to pick the collar color, the bow color, how many bows I wanted, and the metal color. And then I actually made this necklace. It already had holes in it, so it was really easy once I had the hemp part done to just thread it through. And then this part, these are actually seashell, or these are actually starfish that are fake, and they're actually just hair clips, and I just kind of put them on because I thought it would look good for this look. And then of course I have the candy, and the candy is necessary, of course. I probably could have done with a little bit more candy, but I didn't really have much more that was in this color palette, so I didn't want to do that. And then of course I have my little Hot Topic Ariel fork bow. And then I want to mention where I got this wig. This wig is, I bought it on Instagram, and the seller is called Coconut Wigs with 2 T's, and she's really, really nice. I've gotten 3 wigs from her now, and I plan on getting extensions from her too for 2 of my other wigs, which are a light blonde and then just a plain black, and they're exactly the same cut as this wig. They're just different colors, but they're really nice wigs, and they're really light and easy to wear, so they're not heavy like a lot of fake wigs that you can get from like Temu or wherever people get wigs, costume stores or wherever. It's really light, and all I had to do was straighten it and just style it, and it was good to go. And it has clips on the inside. Not clips, but it has like little comb things, 2 right here and 1 in the back. So I just put my hair up in a ponytail, and then I bobby pinned it a few times, and then I pulled the wig over my head, which has like a mesh cap kind of on it, and then I used the clips to adjust it to where I needed it to be on my head. And then of course I fixed my earrings. I made sure I put some little opals on because I feel like the opals were very Ariel-esque, very ocean-esque. But yeah, I really like this look, and I would really like to do a photo shoot in it. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions on closet cosplays I should put together, or any other cosplays that I should try to make in the future. I have a bunch of ideas, but I just want to hear what you guys think. And I do have some wigs, but I would prefer to try to use my natural hair color if possible, because I do get hot in the house wearing wigs and filming videos. So if I could find, if people could suggest a few cosplays that incorporate my current hair color into it, that would really help me, and I would appreciate that so I don't have to wear a wig. But if not, I do have wigs, so that is an option. But anyway, this is the full look again. I'm really happy with it, and I love it, and I would definitely go out like this to the mall or wherever, because I think it's super cute. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a beautiful day. I forgot to show off my melodic plush that I had custom made for me. Very high quality, and I just love how structured it is. Like, there's actual material in the fins and this part that make it stay flat, so that's really nice. And then it's just really soft. I think it's like minky plush. And then I also wanted to show off the bag that I had to go with this, which the bag is from Dolls Kill, and then the Pokemon keychain is just from Pokemon Center. Melodic is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I was really excited to incorporate it into this cosplay, because I feel like Ariel is a very ethereal, magical type of Disney princess, and also Melodic is an ocean Pokemon, water Pokemon. So I was excited to incorporate some of my Pokemon plushies into this. And I think this outfit is really cute together. I feel like I could definitely go out in this, and I would definitely have a good time. And yeah,